looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Chicago Bulls are ready for this thing to get started. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan joining me. Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony. And courtside, Doris Burke. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Raptors. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Taj Gibson put out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Rudy Gay.
And, guys, as many rookies do, Rodney Hood hit some major bumps in the road last season. I mean, he came in with a reputation of having an NBA-ready jumper, yet only hit 41% of his shots. He had that foot injury that kept him out for a string of games. However, it really all came together for him in April, the last month of the season.
Dellavedova, that's good. The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Nobody near Gay. Off the left rim and out.
Certainly not the dream start they were hoping for, going 1 for 4 early.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. That's a 2 from Dellavedova. They kick it out to Green. Knocks it loose. Another shot. And the layup is up and in. Dellavedova's got his second basket of the game.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Hood kicks to Rondo. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
George dishes to Anderson. Misses from close range.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
For Toronto, and Zeller kicks to Anderson's shot, and that one's good. Anderson's got his first bucket of the night. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Hood, the pass to Rondo. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It was a trade that seemingly had been talked about for several years. Finally last season, Boston shipping out Rajon Rondo to the Dallas Mavericks, Clark, halfway through the season.
Yeah, and it seemed to me to be a trade that actually helped both teams.
And for Rondo, in the trade, he was able to get out of a rebuilding situation in Boston. It immediately helped a playoff contender in Dallas that was looking for help at that point guard position.
From outside the arc, they grab their own miss. Gibson. Green with the block. Here's Dellavedova. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Gay.
And I tell you what, it was a rough go of things there early on for Rondo and Dallas. And you know, even for great players, it's always an adjustment when you go from a position of comfort to a completely new environment. And even though you're going to a better team, there's going to be some hemming and hawing in terms of your role and how you fit in.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Now Gay pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And Green slams it in.
Emphatic throwdown there.
That one reverberated throughout the building.
Nothing soft about his approach at the attack.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been. The 18th pick in the 2005 draft, right out of high school. It was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
And talking about Gerald Green, it seems like he's been in the league forever. But he was only 29 years old last season. By and large, he's avoided major injury, so he's still got plenty of tread left on those tires if he wants to keep going at it for a little while longer.
And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down. You know, if you're looking to build a small forward and there wasn't a LeBron James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice, unflappable demeanor, too.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now, here's Fry. He averages about 5 points a game. Yeah, talking about Paul George, a big part of his dominance. Oh, wow. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while. Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one. There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Fry, good.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Deep two from Anderson. Zeller dishes to Anderson. Clock at 6. Knocked away. And stolen by Fry. Pushing it up. And it's sent back by George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Here's Kilpatrick. And Bayless kicks to Fry. Poked loose.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And here's Anderson for 3. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. And Hollins with the stuff.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Bulls lead by 2. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Channing Frye out there with Terrence Ross. Then there's Ryan Hollins. Then it's Jared Bayless. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. Augustine, that's good.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. For 3, Dunleavy. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Fry passes to Bayless. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Pass to Ross. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Terrence Ross showed fantastic development in his second season, but really took a step back last year. All of his shooting percentages were down. He exuded confidence, but still at times just could not buy a basket.
The Raptors making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Back to Terrence Ross. Greg, you're talking about him. It's so easy for a young player to lose his way a little after coming on so fast. Clark, I'm not surprised that he's hit a few bumps in the road along the way.
That's part of the development and growth process, Kevin. You've seen it with a lot of guys. His upside, though, is great.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Pass to Augustine. From 17 feet out. They get it back. Chicago leading. Dishes it to Hollins. Top of the key, Bayless. Here's Ross. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. 9 points now for Terrence Ross.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
And Bayless kicks to Hollins. Kilpatrick passes to Bayless. Fry, that's for 2. The shot misses. And Toronto will come the other way. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta, where they'll take on the Hawks. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks. You can see it in his eyes. It became mano-mano. He wanted to return the favor with that 3, but just didn't get it to go.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Smith kicks to Covington from 11 feet away. Great D that time from Gibson. Oh, and here comes Gay all alone.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it. And you know what, just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Stolen by Anderson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
You know, that's hard to explain, that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Brooks checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well. You know, not only is the game neck and neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
It's stolen by Rondo. He dishes it to Gibson. Here's Marjanovic. From deep, Gay. It's hauled in by Paul George. As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Out to Brooks. Looking to end the run. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from them.
Zeller grabs the board. Feeds to George. It's tipped. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay. Chicago calls timeout.
You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year two. In fact, his production only improved slightly, but that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
Some changes here for the Raptors. JaVale McGee comes in for Zeller. And Daniels subbed in for Gerald Green. 50 seconds left now here in the second. Three-pointer, Brooks. And Anderson kicks to Daniels. And again, Toronto no luck. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really,
good try.
In a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
So for the Bulls. Knocked loose. The Bulls have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Here's Bayless. And that's the final possession with the nice defense. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. It's the Bulls. They lead by a bucket. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? 13 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
They've got Paul George. JaVale McGee is out there with Anderson. Then it's Brooks. And it's Daniels in the shooting guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. The Bulls shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Gay. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Pass to Daniels for the lead, and that one's good. Daniels has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Blocking foul. Paul George. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. The drive by Rondo.
And you know, Rondo, a strange year shooting the ball last season. For a good stretch, he was shooting the same from the free throw line as he was from three-point range, about 30%.
Good gets the bucket. And Clark, as we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion. Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
It's Gay with the drive, and the basket good. Gay's got it all tied up now for Chicago. Greg, you were talking about Rondo, and his shooting woes have been well documented. Clark, he tried to tap into Dirk's old shooting coach to help him out while in Dallas.
You know, a good portion of this might be mental at this point for Rondo. He is getting to the point in his career where I think it is what it is for him in regards to his shooting.
Gibson against Anderson. Just 3 to shoot. Back to George. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Gay right side. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Gibson. Rebound by JaVale McGee.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says, but still anybody's game.
George against Gay. They swipe it. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. The big dunk at the end of the break.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. It's been quite a game for Rudy Gay.
He's in one heck of a groove with his scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. And the Bulls making a change also. Robinson's checked in. Here's Augustine. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Augustine's got his second bucket of the night. Robinson kicks to Hood. Here's Marjanovic. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey, he's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
And here's Covington from the arc. And it's Chicago with the rebound. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And the wide open shot from Green. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. There's the triple. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gibson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Robinson drives in.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Augustine with the steal. To the middle. Here's Dunleavy. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine on the roller coaster ride last season, beginning in Detroit, ending up in a very creditable position with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And a lot of that was because Jennings was so inconsistent for Stan Van Gundy last year, even so much so that he started starting Augustine, and this was just a small part of the turmoil for Detroit last season.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
So back to DJ Augustine. It's the middle of last year, and he and Jennings are practically splitting time at the point. Then Jennings goes down with an Achilles injury, and it looks like Augustine will take over full-time duty. Nope, the Pistons trade Augustine to Oklahoma City for Reggie Jackson.
Some changes for Toronto. JaVale McGee's checked in for Spates. Cody Zeller comes in for Robert Covington. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Green.
You know, one thing about the Augustine-Jackson trade last year, it didn't help either the Thunder or the Pistons make the playoffs. It's just so hard to integrate a new player into your system that far into the season, especially when that player is a point guard. So a wild ride for Augustine.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined.
And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion. And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime, because both teams are getting after it.
Man, I tell you, partner, this has been some fun basketball, and they don't look like they're slowing down at all. You better strap your seatbelt on here. Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Here's Dunleavy. He's guarded by Ross.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Goes up on the wing. And that one comes up a bit short.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Dunleavy. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer. And so after 3 quarters of play and some great offensive output, this one is tied. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Chicago has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Chicago right now, Terrence Ross is out there with Channing Frye. Then it's Jared Bayless. Then there's Ryan Hollins. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2 spot. Nobody near George. For 3, and he gets it to go. George has got the lead up to 3 now for Toronto. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Toronto.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Dellavedova dishes to Anderson. Kicks to Dellavedova. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul.
That free throw good from Dellavedova. Smith checked in for Toronto.
Matthew Dellavedova.